Okay. Hello and welcome to another extra episode for the Christmas 2022 Monday Pool Archives, although it's more like a Tuesday Pool Archives, as my guests will assert with me. Alan Kavanagh, how's it going, Al?
Not too bad, and hello everyone.
Excellent.
Hope you're doing well.
Well, we're struggling with the heat a bit, aren't we, Al? I'm sure you won't be when this comes out in Christmas, but...
Yes, at the moment it's very warm indeed. I need fans all around me.
Well, I'm sure you've no shortage of fans when you're playing pool, Al.
Well, I usually bring some recordings of people clapping.
Excellent. Can you see the footage, Al?
Yeah.
Can you see the picture of the footage in the background? Okay, well
I can indeed.
the footage might be a bit poorer quality tonight because I think I recorded off my phone or something. But it goes back in the day. And it's Teppid 2011, the second Teppid tournament we did. I'll start the video in 3, 2, 1, play.
A long time ago.
It is. It's down the On Q Club, and this was a league at the moment, and my dad's just missed a red into the corner, and Dave Dean's also, or did he pot something there? I can't really tell. The footage isn't the best.
It was very hard to tell there.
Well, he's put a red in there. What do you make to Dave Dean's overall game, Al?
He was a good potter, but you could tie him up and get him frustrated, and then he made mistakes. But he was a very good potter, to be fair to him.
Easily frustrated, but he's missed it there. But he did pot those few reds nicely, didn't he? Got around the table nice with the white.
Yeah.
Mike Jackson, his opponent. So what do you make of my dad, Mike?
I think your dad's a much better all-round player than you think. He's got a good tactical game, good potting game.
No, I agree with you.
He's good at working the angles around the table. He's the type of opponent who I think could trouble Dave if you give him a chance to.
He's already returned with a couple of yellows there. I think this is the first time we had any footage recorded off Dave. He decided to hang around with us after he broke and cleared at the British Legion when he was playing in a friendly for the Sutton, Liam Paul Butler's team. So this is probably the first footage we've got of Dave, and it's a first of 4 Teppid 2011 league. I believe my dad won Teppid 2010, if I'm correct, beating Ronnie in the final.
I think so, yeah.
So it's 0-0 at the moment, I assume.
Got a good chance. Is that a yellow on the cushion?
Yeah, there is a yellow on the cushion, but I don't think there's one behind the red. I think that's just a single red.
So he's just got that yellow to worry about then on the cushion.
He's drawn it back nice. That double doesn't go, I can tell. Might just put it over the middle bag and see what Dave can do. That's what I do against Dave, but I'm not the best against Dave. He beat me something like 11-5 at 8 ball last week. Yeah, but he's giving my dad a chance.
Yeah, he would hit that snooker.
I think that's you in the corner there, isn't it, Al?
I think so.
I think second prize for my dad there, although he hasn't completely covered the pocket. Dave has a chance to cut this red down the cushion. He's taken to using a lot of different, it's not words, but he's got a snooker. He's decided he's going to use lighter cues from now on, and he's been playing with he was playing with my cue but with the butt unattached the other day.
Oh, okay.
And this is a cue I got around this time in 2011, and he wants to buy it off me for 40 quid.
Oh, really?
Both parts, because one's like the extension. He was using the a vacuum a cleaner attachment as an extension.
Why does he want to play lighter cues all of a sudden?
He wants to, because of a health condition, I understand.
Oh, okay.
So he prefers the light cue. But after he spotted the white in the middle, this is a great chance for my dad to get one on the board here. Where's the black gone?
It's a bit of a rough shot there. I'm not even sure where the black is, to be honest.
It must be behind that red in the corner.
Gotta be.
Cut this yellow in. He's come round for it. I'm sure it's world ruled, so he's still got 2. Cool, that's Dave, who used to run the on cue, walking back in the background. Yeah, that was where the black was, and it's a nice shot. Yeah, I think I'm playing you on the other table there, Al.
Oh yeah, looks like it. Just having a practice, are we, or I don't know.
We're probably playing our match. Sure, I can dig the results out from somewhere, but I can't tonight. But I think that's 1-0 to M Jackson, and the Dean machine is yet to get going. So I've decided to him my cue for 3 weeks, and he can have it. I bought it for about 80 quid about 10 years ago. So if he wants to give me 40 for it, he's more than welcome. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, let him get a feel for it first, I guess.
He says he'll be back to his best if he plays with my cue, with of course a but not used.
Okay.
But unfortunately, his vacuum cleaner attachment doesn't fit on the end of it. The reason he wanted to use a vacuum cleaner attachment was so he could clear up.
Okay.
He wanted to clean up.
I like that, that's a good one. That's a good one. How long have you been waiting for that one all day?
Well, it's not the first time I've said it.
I suppose the dad jokes have got to come out from somewhere, haven't they?
Well, since my dad's playing, I think he'll allow me the odd one tonight. He's broken off and right. Is he going to break and clear now? That's the question.
The green on that table looks like the balls are sticking on it, so the pace is not very big on the table.
No, it's quite easy to keep control, I think, and the pockets, from what I remember, they slope down into the jaw, so that anything which was just about resting on the end of the pocket would always drop in.
I think it's just the momentum that's moving the ball.
Yeah.
More than a little bit.
I mean, I like these, and we played one pocket on them as well, didn't we? I like if I could have bought one of these tables, I would have done.
I think it was the other one that we're playing on that we played it on, though.
Yeah, although this is going back so far out, I think the tables have moved around, and I think this is probably before they had the new Supremes in. Of course, the on cue now is, well, it's not there anymore. I was under the impression they were going to convert Connections downstairs into a new snooker club, but it's been a long time coming.
I guess he just decided he wasn't making enough money from it.
Yeah. Although it was one of the busiest places in the port, but I mean it's the only place which has American pool tables, which we were never really into back in the day, but I've developed a feel for it now, and of course Riley's in Chester is the main hangout spot now, but it's getting down to Chester, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And the on-cue teams have gone down to the Connie Club, which never used to be a venue when we used to play out.
That's interesting.
That's Mr. Long Red there. Dave is capable of clearing these up. Let's just see what we can do.
He has left David a chance here.
Yeah, so he's a bit like Ronnie. He's not completely getting down on the cue, but it does seem quite effortless to him.
Yeah, I think he, for a while, he was just playing a really fast-paced game. I think he slowed it down a little bit, though. To try and get a bit more accuracy on the shots.
I mean, this is probably a good standard of Dave Dean, not long after he'd played first team county for Wiltshire. He's missed a yellow there, but it might save him being over the bag.
Yeah. Perhaps. Although sure Jack just got those 3 reds in the middle.
Yeah, I assume they do go. Although his position's not ideal though. Is he going down into the corner with this or into the middle? Right, we'll see where the white ends up here. Yeah, it's quite good actually. But yeah, I think he could.
He doesn't need to hit it too hard because of the pace. It'll kill the ball, I think, the white ball.
Yeah.
So all he needs to do is focus on the pot here. Ooh.
It's the white in the middle pocket.
Yeah.
I think he possibly could have stunned it across if the other pocket was available, but Dave's yellow over the bag prevented that.
It's probably a wise move to get that one cleared up first.
Well, I think with 2 carrying, there's no reason why he shouldn't take these out either which way. You see that, and with some force, he's playing the black, but he's got a yellow over the pocket. Surely, what's he doing there?
That's a red.
Is that a red that looks like a yellow? Yeah, it is.
I thought it was a yellow. I'm not gonna lie.
In fact, my dad didn't need to do anything special when he went in off, did he? He had that last red over the bag.
Yeah, I thought it was a yellow. I'm not gonna lie.
I could have sworn I saw Dave miss it. Maybe he did something else. Well, 1-1. Yeah, I don't think this was mobile phone footage. I think it was just the earlier camera I had with less memory on it, and with it being quite dark in the on cue, it's not
ideal.
Not giving very clear footage. But hence why we thought the red was a yellow. But game on.
Make it more interesting.
Do you think Dave will be able to carry this momentum forward and get a couple more?
He's capable. I think the one weakness of your dad that I noticed playing with him and against him at times was that if he could put a string of bad shots together if he lost his confidence and momentum a bit.
Yeah, a
I mean,
couple,
he was more than capable of turning it around, but he could have those nights where he found it difficult to string together the shots he wanted to. So you could take advantage of that weakness, or there will be an opportunity maybe for you to take advantage of it. But it wasn't a massive occurrence.
No, definitely not.
That weakness at times.
Sometimes playing him myself, I found I was able to get over the line. Other times, I was never in the matches I had with him.
Yeah, he's one of those players who you can watch him play against someone else, and it looks as though he makes loads of mistakes, and then by the time he comes on the year, he seems to readjust very quickly.
Yeah, I think it might be in the case with you, Al. I think your experienced players, even myself, playing better against you than against other players.
I did notice that, I'm not going to lie. That did seem to be a case. It was like at times you put together some blistering performances, and I was like, oh, where did that come from?
I think in the singles league, with getting some heavy defeats under my belt, I think at one point I was going to think, right, well, I need to win one. Well, I thought I was going to get a win against Ronnie in the singles league originally, but of course that was never the case.
Well, Ronnie again was another one. He's hard to judge. I mean, sometimes it looks as though he's playing poor, but he can quite easily turn that around in the frame. And he goes from playing shots that are missing to all of a sudden his shots are pinpoint. They might not be going in, but he's putting them right over pockets, ready for the next shot.
Yeah, Ronnie, very tippy-tappy player. We've seen him miss there. We've seen Dave miss a few. He seems to be just getting down and hitting them, doesn't he, at times?
Yeah.
I think Dave is definitely inconsistent. First to four is quite a short game. If you're playing, I think every time I played Dave in a race more than 10, he's beaten me. But in the shorter frames, I've noticed Dave can often get off to a bad start.
Yeah.
He probably thinks his eyes in, and it isn't, and he's just missing balls left, right, and centre. He's playing interesting snooker there. I think my dad's got 2 yellows over the pocket. Well, that's what it looks like, but it could be wrong. 2 yellows over the same pocket.
Yeah, happens to there, yeah.
I mean, it's a nice tight snooker from Dave, really. This isn't easy. He should get it, but yeah, he's hits it, but he's not potted it. So I think Dave's playing there. I'm not sure what he played there. He tried to cut a difficult red down the cushion.
It was a bit of a strange on that one.
So I think he's got 2 yellows there.
Yeah, I've got 2, I think, yeah.
It should be a case of, yeah, that's the one. And this could put 2-1 to Mike Jackson.
Put a bit of top on it.
Yeah, just.
Or is he going to screw it back?
Screw yeah, anything just to get the other side of the black, not just. In fact, top probably would have been better because I think he's okay, but it's a bit thinner than he would have ideally wanted. He's missed it, yeah. Oh.
I think that's probably half covering the ball.
It's really hard to say whether that red goes past. I don't think it does. But Dave's certainly had a good go at getting on it here. Cool, he's not messing around here. Straight into it. Snooker. Yeah, good shot.
Is it a snooker? Maybe it's just covering a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think he can get round there unless he bananas it round. He's good. He could play deliberate foul because it's world rules. I think that probably would be the right shot. Yeah, he's playing Dave's red and just stop next to it, which is. He would have probably ideally been tighter onto the red because Dave still has a chance of taking this long red in, although he's missed it.
Oh.
Ooh. I think he's going to have to pot 1 and then make a snooker on those 2 reds on the left. He's come out nicely to do that.
Yeah.
But
just kill the ball.
Yeah, just kill it off the red on the right. It's not easy. It can go wrong. He's missed a long red, and maybe he can't see enough of this to pot it. But I think
Dave was trying to bring it off the cushion back behind the red.
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, going for the. I mean, that was a harder shot than just dropping it on. But I don't think his eye's properly in yet. Yeah, well, that's interesting. I'm sure there was a way my dad could double kiss that in or something, but it's not happened. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Dave went for these. He's missed it and gone in off, so that's surely 2-1 to my dad, and Dave's not playing well. Well, he played alright in the last frame, but
there wasn't really much thought into that shot, to be honest.
I think he's more than capable of potting that. He's just rushed it. 2-1 to Mike Jackson. And of course, both of these plays would feature. Well, would have already featured, I think, in the Little Sutton Shield with yourself. And I think the first Little Sutton Shield was the day before the friendly, where Dave came onto the scene. I think we played Little Sutton versus Rest of the Wirral on the Monday, and then played the Sutton on the Tuesday at the Legion as well. Because John Randall played in both, that Irish guy.
Yeah.
Played for the Legion with us. So it would be nearly a year later when myself, Dave, my dad, and you all joined forces to play the likes of Chezo and Ronnie and Kerry in the second Little Sutton Shield. And would you say, Dave, well, which player would you say was more valuable to the team in that one, my dad or Dave?
It's a tough one, really. I mean, both are capable of playing good doubles, both are capable of playing good singles. Your dad's probably more of an all-round player, I think, than Dave. So possibly, if you want to bet on a short-form tournament, I'd probably go for him. But Dave is more than capable over the longer frames, like you said. So if it was a long frame match, I'd probably pick Dave instead.
Yeah, once Dave gets going, and a race to 2, you wouldn't wonder if Dave would be able to do it, but a race to 12.
Yeah.
But it did come down to a race to 2 against Chezo. And I'm not sure my dad wasn't there on the second night of the Shield, or you picked Dave to play Chezo instead, I can't remember. But I remember we were probably ahead after the first night anyway.
Yeah.
Without Dave's services.
Yeah, to be fair, Dave did play well in the singles against Chezo, from what I remember.
It's certainly one to dig out the archives, that one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a game which Dave's not stopped talking about for over 10 years now.
Really?
I think that constitutes a classic when someone doesn't shut up about it for that long, length of time.
I guess that was an important win for him.
And the demise of Chezo, probably just as important. I think I think Dave would call it banter. I think Chezo would call it, I can't remember if there was any dodgy decisions in that match or anything, but I just I remember Chezo wasn't best pleased with the outcome.
I can't remember, to be honest, I'm not going to lie.
It's looking like my dad has a good chance of, well, that would have been key if that red had gone in, but I think Dave's got to, I mean, it wasn't easy. Dave's played a snooker there, which is sensible. He's still got 6 yellows left on the table. So I think this is just a one cushion escape, really. Or a deliberate foul. There's always that to consider. If you can make Dave effectively waste a shot, then it's as good as getting a snooker. He's hit it but put it onto the cushion, which isn't ideal. Right, we'll see what Dave's playing like now. See if he's warmed up a bit. So you're saying playing safety against Dave is a good way of playing?
I think so, because Dave is a player who likes to play attacking shots, and sometimes you come against an attacking player who is also quite capable of being patient and playing a longer game and getting out of snookers. But I think a lot of the attacking players that I come across, if you carried on playing that attritional game against them, a bit like Selby does in snooker against O'Sullivan, then you're going to get some rewards. And I think Dave's type of player you could get reward against. The same with what's his face as well. What was his name? The same against
Aled, I don't know.
Aled,
yeah.
If you played him, you could cause him problems as well. So I think having that ability to have an all-rounder game and choosing was fine. I mean, it's always nice to be able to just put a plug in the bottle if you need to, and I think your dad was capable of attacking and doing that. So your dad was capable of being patient, but at times it's those times when his momentum went and he got frustrated with himself when he'd make mistakes and you could hear it.
Well, you've seen one there, haven't you?
Well, yeah, you could sometimes hear him tutting as well, and you knew that he was upset with himself. So I think that although they were both capable of mistakes, I think Dave had slightly more weaknesses than your dad overall. But that's not to say that Dave is a worse player necessarily. It's just that he could be exploited more, I think, than your dad.
Yeah, I think Dave's strong game is better than my dad's strong game. I think you'll probably see Dave do more break dishes, for instance, and I think with Dave he likes to play 15 frames in a row. I don't think my dad would like to play that many. He's very takes one frame very seriously. He likes the format of the Ellesmere Port League, plays 2 frames a night. But yeah,
someone who did play well against Dave, I think, was Ronnie. Had a few games against Dave, if I recall. They had a couple of close matches.
I think they might have contested the final of this tournament. Spoiler warning. I think Ronnie back in the early 2010s and Dave are very competitive with each other. And my dad and Ronnie had some cracking matches. One where my dad would come out easily winning, and one where Ronnie would whitewash my dad as well. So yeah, these players, the main ones really, the teppid 2010 and 2011. The finalists, I should say. My dad's still doing well against Dave. It's 2-2.
Yeah.
His tactics are kind of still working. It's just about who can get over the line.
This one's got a little bit sloppy though. This one's, I think if you were playing snooker, they're probably still going to be asking for a reback by now.
Yeah, it's not always the games which you like to play in, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind having a pop at this rack, would you, El?
I mean, it'd probably be good for me to manoeuvre around. But again, I'd still like some of the balls in more open places to work with. Because these types of games, it requires a lot of concentration and it's a lot of mental energy, and it makes you tired and exhausted, especially if you're under warm lights as well.
Yeah, in this warm weather, El.
I don't think sometimes people realise how exhausting playing these types of games can be.
I mean, Dave said screw it. He's just potted about 4 reds, and if he can double this one, then that's game. He managed to figure out a way of getting out of that sticky frame. He's played a DF. Hang on, no, he couldn't have. That must have been a red. He had 2 reds left. He's missed that one.
Oh wow! He's still in a strong position though with those 2 yellows.
I think he's covered that pocket with my dad's yellow right by it. But I think he's got a nice snooker there, my dad.
Is that covering the red just about?
I think so.
It's hard to tell from that angle. Definitely covering the right side one.
I think even so, he wouldn't be going for it unless he was sure he'd hit it, because I think a DF is the right decision here. Probably not my dad's yellow in. That's fair enough. Probably would have preferred not to leave him with that easy yellow into the middle, but let's see what happens here. Dad's still got 2 shots, but he's got to try and get that yellow out in this shot, and hope that he's got position good enough to clear them up.
Yeah.
It's going to be harder to get a snooker.
I think so, yeah.
I think it looks like he's going for it.
especially with the pace of the table. He's going to have to put a bit of power in the shot to get it up this side.
I think that is the right thing to do. Well, yeah, if he's covered the black, then that was a great shot. But I think, oh no, he's still got another shot. Yeah, of course, yeah. So that's a great shot actually. And now a little gentle snooker. Yeah, that's brilliant. So I think Dave should just be DFing it. Roll the white down to the bottom cushion here, because if he goes for this and doesn't hit it, or hits yellow before he hits his red in, it's going to be game over. Let's see what's going to happen here. Another idea for the pod, Al, we could do a fantasy tournament when we've got Nick on, and we could decide who would win out of players that have played over the years with us, and have like a knockout, maybe even a group stage, and the winner will be two votes out of the three, if you get what I mean. And of course, you're always going to be able to vote for yourself, so it might be a bit of fun.
Make it interesting, I guess.
Yeah, he's managed to put a yellow back in there, has my dad. Just because Dave managed to free it.
Ooh.
And he's hit the black out, which is... Well, he should have at least put the black into the middle of the table or something. It's not going to do much good there. But my dad's body language suggests that he's not happy with that. Of course, it's hard because I can't really tell what colour the ball is over the pocket. But I assume he's got at least one over that pocket, and so has Dave.
I do wonder whether that black is now, whether that your dad's yellow is in the way of the black there or not.
I think it certainly is. Dave's actually gone off and he's potted it. He's potted his red and he's on the black. Oh no, it does go. Yeah, I was wrong. 3-2 Dave.
Maybe that's why your dad wasn't happy with it then.
Yeah, I think that's certainly the case.
He realised that there was a gap there, pot.
And another slight criticism, he left Dave pretty close for, well, as easy as a kick shot that comes, really. It would have been a lot harder if he'd left the white down the other end of the table. But of course it wouldn't have been as easy to snooker him that far down the table. But we see Dave persevere in that one.
Yeah.
The newcomer to the teppid ranks. So I imagine it's alternate breaks. So my dad's breaking to stay in the match here. Could do with a nice break dish here. The ball's not been breaking so well today. I think it was a pot luck, wasn't it, really, with these tables? They all look the same, but some of them weren't straight, and I think the ones nearer the bar were the better ones. I think these by the door, we never seem to want to play on these as much.
I agree.
Red and oh gosh, these are really open, aren't they? These reds all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's a good pot that.
Depends whether that black goes. He's screwed into that nicely. I'm not sure he's on anything there.
He probably wanted to break the black out, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably what he's going for. Oh yeah, he found a nice long red to play. Yeah, I think that we had one group of 6. I think Jack was in it. As well as Ronnie and the 4 you see here. I think that makes 7 actually. Well, the black is tied up, and Dave Looks like he can get through there. Did he hit a red first, or did he just whack him?
I don't know, to be honest. I missed that one.
It's turned out for him. He's now got that red over the bag. Because these yellows look quite tasty. Yeah, no problems there. And I don't know if my dad can develop the black and the yellow. It's not going to be easy because he might knock Dave's red in the process. That's a nice screw shot. He's got a nice angle to do it though. If you can get around the back of them and break both balls out. Unless he's going to try and do something here with the yellow kind of over the back. Sure. It's good that he's getting the balls moving, but not easy. Unless that yellow goes. Yeah, it does. That's perfectly on that last yellow. And
is that the last yellow?
I think so. I mean, it's very close to the yellow. Try and cut across it in the middle or the corner. If the last frame is anything to go by, that black does go past the red into the corner. He's about the blind pocket here.
That was a bit more of a wild shot, I think.
It was very tough. I mean, like father like son, that was exactly the shot I would have been playing there. Has he still got
the only bad thing for him is that yellow's on the cushion now.
Are you telling him, Al, that he's still got 2 shots?
I have no idea, mate.
I think there's something going on now. Unless Dave is telling you that my dad was chalking his cue while he was playing his shot again. Or where someone was playing his shot. Yeah, there my dad's got another shot. And that's a great effort. I mean, it was not easy, but
he's covered that red though.
Yeah, that's a good result. Dave not defending and playing a sinker there. That's a sensible shot. So my dad's going to have to do a 1 cushion kick shot here. Either on the back cushion or is it a DF? You never know. Digging into it. Oh no, yeah, that was a yellow. Total snookered. Dave's probably going to go for these now. Yeah, he's got round nicely. And this could
be long red, it could be over.
Yeah, I mean what a match if it is. A turning point was when my dad was 2-1 up. Oh, he's missed it. Yeah, red into the corner.
He's covered the pocket though, so it's a difficult shot for your dad. So
it's looking like a snooker. Just play off the yellow onto the cushion near it, send the white up by the black. Or if he's feeling brave, lengthways double or even triple. If he misses a triple, he covers a bag. What's going on here? He's gone for the double and potted it. No, just left it over the pocket, but knocked Dave's red in. Dave's missed the black.
I think he knows that was a bad shot.
Got down very quickly then, didn't he?
He got down too quickly. It's almost like he was over eager.
Yeah, especially.
That's not a bad containing shot.
Chinese snooker with the yellow over the pocket. It's not easy. He's got to catch this thin so he can just send the white round and hope for the best.
It's a difficult shot, even when it's that over the pocket.
Elevated cue. He's mishit it. Come off the middle jaw.
It's a very difficult shot when you're elevating a cue like that.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't just needing to pot it was needing to get position as well. Dave has 2 shots and it's not a bad white, but he should be able to either cut it thin or he's played it thick. It's rubbish.
That's a terrible shot.
I mean, it's kind of still reasonably safe because
you'll probably play the same shot again.
Yeah, at least my dad's obligated to do another Chinese snooker. Here we go. Let's see if you can do it any better this time round.
To be honest, I'd probably play it 2/3 of the way down the pocket and come off the cushion on the yellow.
What, cushion first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a very good idea. I think he's gone for it but missed it. It's safe.
For that bit though, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not going to be easy for Dave to Chinese snook him now.
Certainly isn't.
Dave's going to have to put a shot into this, I think.
He's just got to clip the black and keep it as close to the cushion as possible, or put it onto a different
I think that's
cushion.
going to be hard, because he's got to elevate his cue. I think he's going to have to go for it.
He did. He went for the double. It wasn't far off either, and that's not a bad result either. The white went in though. The white did go in.
I think he had to go for that shot, to be honest.
Yeah, I think It's hard to play safety when you're so far from the object ball. Where's my dad gone there? Oh, he spun it in nicely.
Good shot in the end.
It's very risky.
It looked a bit dangerous when he first played that
Off the middle bag. There's a smile. Yeah, it drops. Like I was saying, he had 2 shots anyway, but any balls near that bag will drop. As you can see, you go to the Laval. I think we have a quick break and we get back in for the decider, 3-3. Well, I think that's all we've got actually. Like I said back in the day, that my SD cards that I was recording on didn't have that much time on them, so that's evidently what's happened here. But I can tell you that Dave did manage to win this match and prevail 4-3 victor. Do you think Dave just was playing just well enough to win that decider, Al, or do you think my dad had the momentum there?
I mean, he probably just did enough overall, maybe in this match. I mean, your dad was hanging in on some of the matches, but I think Dave, he was starting to find more rhythm in his shot making, even if he did play the odd wild shot. I think overall, he probably deserved to win overall. To be fair to him on that particular match, it's a close one.
The turning point was when my dad when it was 2-1 to my dad, and he had 2 reds left in the black. Dave had about 6 yellows. He got out of a snooker and potted Dave's yellow, I think, at that time, and then played another shot and put the black in out of sequence. I mean, that's all just luck, isn't it? Really bad luck. I think if it wasn't for that, my dad at 3-1, I think he would have won. I think Dave 3-1 down in a first 8 would have been okay, but in a first 4, he wouldn't have got his opening day victory against my dad, and he wouldn't be top of the teppid 2011 league as the newcomer, as he was, and he managed to do quite well in this tournament, as we've already said.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually quite interesting watching the subtitles come up on this, because some of the subtitles are nothing like what you're saying. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're helping you out there. Yeah.
With all the autocorrects on. But yeah, I mean, luck. That type of luck is part of their pool. I think it's part of
absolutely
a lot of table games like that. If you're playing well, the luck comes to you. If you're not, it deserts you even on simple shots. I mean, I think we've all experienced that, where we've missed simple shots which we would expect to get with our eyes closed, and then on other days we've potted really strong long shots. We've been like, wow, okay, can we do this again? Or was it just a bit of good fortune? So I think we've been there, but I think overall Dave was a bit more consistent, and he played some good tactical shots in the end, like with those, even though he did lose that frame, he played some good tactical shots to keep your dad pinned back and not let him move.
Yeah.
So he was restricting your dad's movement by making him raise a cue, but
that's it.
He didn't really back it up, and that's what I mean when I say that Dave's not really, he's a potter, but his head wasn't always there on the tactical side of the game to think things through. And in that match he did rush a few of his shots, but overall, I think he had a little bit more extra quality on this day.
Just good enough.
But your dad's always capable of grinding out even when he's not playing well. So it was an evenish game, I think, overall. So I think if they played again, the result might be different.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to the reverse fixture if they played it, or if they played in the knockout.
Yeah.
Trying to find those results.
Absolutely.
I mean, this was the last teppid tournament, which was called teppid. In the years later, we did an iteration of the teppid and just made it a Steve Smith Memorial Cup and a League Cup, and the Shield went strength to strength after this year. Do you miss this teppid tournament? The tournament of having it one league and then a knockout at the end.
I mean, it was a decent format, to be fair. I mean, I haven't played pool for a long time, apart from a brief interlude when I played it last year.
Yeah.
But I miss playing it a little bit, but I miss more playing and talking to the people of the company that I had as well, which I enjoyed. So. And we just happened to stop as well when I was coming on a good bit of form on the one pocket pool as well.
Yeah.
I just started to get a real strong game together, and it looked as though it was going to be me and you basically. I think it was set to be me and you, wasn't it, in the final?
Yes.
Which I think would have been a good game. Probably wouldn't be so good now because I haven't played in a while, but I think at that time it would have been a very interesting game, I think, because we were both playing really well, I think, at that time, and I was also able to get a strong run of games together. Like I think I beat Alex, Ronnie, and someone else. I forget
Simon probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So
probably
it
Marcus
really,
or Al. Yeah. It's not bad to sometimes end on the top of your game, but.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure that won't be the last pool you'll ever play, but probably the end of an era.
I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing the different types of games we did. I was hit and miss through most of my pool career, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes I played really well. Sometimes I was terrible, but it's what it is. Sometimes you need to practice to keep up that consistency, and I didn't really do that a lot. So. Whenever I played, it was always how I felt on the day, how good my thinking was on the day. Sometimes even when I was thinking clearly, I didn't quite have the technique right at the day to play the shots my brain wanted me to play. Other days I was able to nail those shots and play really well. I think everyone, even the best players, have downtime, so. I wasn't a professional, I was an amateur player.
Yeah, I mean the professionals do make mistakes. Professionals will miss really easy pots at times. It's just about how consistent you can be as a player.
Yeah, I think so.
Apologise for all these motorbike noises, by the way. It's getting a bit out of hand.
There's a few motorbikes going around.
In Leeds. If you'll join me next time for this fantasy tournament, that would be.
Just keep me updated on when you
look out for that, viewers.
I'll probably be free for next Tuesday as well. And then I might be available the Tuesday after. It really depends on what time I get home.
We'll see if Nick's going down to any Tranmere pre-season games. But when I can next catch you both, we'll
no worries, mate. Just let me know.
Bash. Okay.
All right, matey.
Well, that's probably the last or the penultimate Christmas special. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I think the first one we've ever done without Nick. So you've stood in. Well,
a piece of history.
You're never third person anyway, Al. But we've not missed Nick tonight, But we look forward to getting him back on, and it's nice to have a look back at one of the characters remembered for the good and bad reasons, possibly, I think Dave Dean messaged you recently and asked if you remembered him, and you said, well, you were thinking, unfortunately, I do remember. Yeah, I think, and he's beaten me so many times, Dave. Times when I thought I was in complete control, and then he's come back and played a crazy blacking off 3 cushions or something and beat me. And but yeah, let's hope that he's more of like somebody on our team than someone on our position when he's playing well, and hopefully Mike Jackson will play some. I'm sure if we did get a team going, Mike would play with us again, although he's stopped playing for Travs.
I guess, just for old time's sake as well.
Yeah, and if Mr. Wilson's listening, let's get some pool played, Ronnie. And so it's bye from Andy Jackson and my, I'd say colleague, friend, and more than an associate, Mr. Alan Kavanagh.
Peace.
We'll leave it there. Catch you next time.
Take care, guys. Cheers, Andy. See you later.
Cheers, Al. See you soon, mate. I'll let you know.